The greatest mystery is not the unknown, it's the man who refuses to be defined. Sigma males are the enigmas of modern masculinity, walking a path so unique it leaves society scratching its collective head. They've been mythologized as lone wolves, silent masterminds, or emotionless rebels. But beyond the buzzwords and stereotypes lies one glaring truth. Most people completely misunderstand what it means to be a Sigma male. Here's a fun fact to set the stage. The term Sigma male wasn't even coined by psychologists, it emerged from internet culture. Like any internet phenomenon, it's wrapped in myths, misconceptions, and memes. No, being a Sigma male does not mean living in your mom's basement plotting the downfall of alpha males everywhere. So, let's separate fact from fiction, depth from drama. Buckle up, because the truth about Sigma males is far more intriguing and often surprising than the myths everyone loves to believe. 1. Myth: Sigmas are selfish or self-centered. One of the biggest misconceptions about Sigma males is that they're selfish or self-centered, driven solely by their goals and desires. This myth stems from the way Sigmas prioritize their time and energy, often setting boundaries that others misinterpret as indifference. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. Sigmas aren't selfish, they're selective. Unlike people who spread themselves thin trying to please everyone, Sigmas invest deeply in relationships and causes that resonate with their values. Their independence and self-reliance don't mean they disregard others. Rather, they understand that taking care of themselves first enables them to show up fully for the people they care about. It's the classic "you can't pour from an empty cup" mentality. Sigmas just take it seriously. Their approach to life may seem unconventional, but it's rooted in authenticity. A Sigma doesn't engage in hollow gestures or superficial interactions just to fit societal expectations. When they help someone, it's because they genuinely want to, not out of obligation. This makes their actions more meaningful and their relationships more genuine. Far from being self-centered, Sigmas often have a strong sense of justice and empathy. They champion individuality and encourage others to live authentically, offering quiet yet impactful support. They don't broadcast their generosity or seek recognition, which can make their kindness easy to overlook. In truth, a Sigma's so-called selfishness is actually a form of self-discipline and respect. By refusing to compromise their core values for external validation, they become a rare force of integrity in a world full of pretense. 2. Myth: Sigmas are lone wolves by choice. The idea that Sigma males are lone wolves by choice is one of the most persistent myths. People imagine them as aloof wanderers who actively avoid human connection, but that's not the full picture. Sigmas aren't against socializing, they're just selective about where, how, and with whom they spend their time. It's not about rejecting others, it's about protecting their energy and valuing meaningful connections over surface-level interactions. Unlike those who seek constant validation in group settings, Sigmas don't feel the need to prove themselves through social status or the number of friends they have. They aren't driven by the fear of missing out or pressure to belong to any particular clique. This independence is often misinterpreted as antisocial behavior, but Sigmas aren't avoiding people, they're avoiding the noise. They thrive in environments where authenticity reigns, and close-knit circles allow them to be themselves. Solitude for a Sigma isn't an act of rebellion or loneliness. It's a way to recharge, think deeply, and reconnect with personal goals. Their intentional solitude often fuels incredible creativity and clarity of thought, which they bring back into their relationships. Sigmas are fully capable of forming strong, lasting connections, they just prioritize quality over quantity. They're not lone wolves because they dislike people. They're lone wolves because they value their own company and won't compromise it for shallow interactions. 3. Myth: Sigmas are cold and emotionless. The idea that Sigmas are cold or emotionless is an inaccurate and unfair assumption. While they may not outwardly express emotions as frequently as others, this doesn't mean they lack feelings or empathy. Sigmas are highly introspective and emotionally intelligent, they simply process and express their emotions differently. Rather than wearing their hearts on their sleeves, Sigmas tend to internalize their thoughts and feelings, taking time to understand and work through them independently. This isn't about shutting others out, it's their way of maintaining control and clarity over their emotional landscape. Sigmas value emotional depth and authenticity, avoiding dramatic or performative displays of emotion. Their care and commitment are often demonstrated through quiet but meaningful actions. They also maintain strong emotional boundaries, sharing their innermost feelings only with those they deeply trust. Far from being cold, Sigmas are deliberate with their emotions. They focus on meaningful connections, which makes their feelings more genuine when they choose to share them. Beneath their calm exterior lies a profound emotional depth, expressed in subtle but impactful ways. 4. Myth: Sigmas are inflexible and stubborn. It's easy to assume that Sigma males are rigid or stubborn because of their strong sense of independence and self-discipline. However, this is far from the truth. Sigmas are adaptable thinkers who approach life with an open mind. They are not afraid to change their methods, beliefs, or habits when presented with compelling evidence or new insights. Their perceived stubbornness comes from their deep alignment with their personal values and their unwillingness to compromise on what truly matters to them. For example, if they believe a particular path is the right one, they will persist with it, but they're also pragmatic enough to adjust if they see a better way forward. Sigmas balance conviction with flexibility, making them resilient and innovative in the face of challenges. 5. Myth: Sigmas avoid responsibility. Another common misconception is that Sigmas shy away from responsibility because they dislike traditional leadership roles or group dynamics. The truth is quite the opposite. Sigmas embrace responsibility, but only on their own terms. They won't take on tasks out of obligation or to impress others, but will fully commit to projects or roles they deem meaningful. This selective acceptance of responsibility ensures they give their best effort without burning out. For instance, they may take on the leadership of a creative project or family matter, not because they want recognition, but because they see it as an opportunity to make a genuine impact. Sigmas don't avoid responsibility, they redefine it in a way that aligns with their priorities and strengths. 6. Myth: Sigmas are unapproachable. Due to their quiet, introspective nature, Sigmas are often viewed as distant or unapproachable. People may mistake their preference for solitude as a lack of interest in forming connections. In reality, Sigmas are approachable, but they connect with others differently. They are more likely to engage in meaningful, one-on-one conversations than participate in group chatter. Their calm and composed demeanor often attracts people who appreciate depth over superficiality. Sigmas also excel at listening, which makes them valued confidants and advisors once people get to know them. Their unapproachable image is more a reflection of others' misconceptions than their actual attitude. 7. Myth: Sigmas don't care about social skills. The belief that Sigmas are socially inept or uninterested in social dynamics is another myth. While they may not thrive in loud, high-energy social environments, Sigmas possess excellent social skills that they apply selectively. They are observant and intuitive, which allows them to read situations and people with remarkable accuracy. Unlike extroverts who seek social interactions for stimulation, Sigmas approach socializing with intentionality. They know when to speak, how to engage, and, more importantly, when to step back. This selective socialization makes their interactions meaningful and often leaves a lasting impression on those they interact with. 8. Myth: Sigmas are not ambitious. Because Sigmas avoid chasing traditional markers of success, such as status, wealth, or leadership titles, they are often seen as unambitious. This couldn't be further from the truth. Sigmas are deeply ambitious, but in their own way. Their goals are often internal rather than external. They strive for mastery, personal growth, and fulfillment rather than external validation. For instance, a Sigma may invest years perfecting a skill or developing a passion project, not for applause but for the satisfaction of doing something they love. Their ambition is quieter, but no less intense than that of an alpha male. 9. Myth: Sigmas lack empathy. Sigma's preference for solitude and introspection is sometimes misinterpreted as a lack of empathy. However, Sigmas are often deeply empathetic individuals who feel and understand emotions on a profound level. The difference lies in how they express it. Rather than offering verbal reassurances or performative gestures, Sigmas show empathy through actions. They listen deeply, offer thoughtful advice, or provide practical solutions to those in need. Their empathy may not always be visible, but it is authentic and impactful. Number 10. Myth: Sigmas are always content being alone. While Sigmas are known for their independence and comfort in solitude, it is a myth that they always prefer to be alone. They value meaningful relationships and cherish connections with people who resonate with their values. Sigmas use their time alone to recharge and reflect, but they are fully capable of forming strong emotional bonds. They often invest deeply in a few select relationships, such as a close-knit group of friends or a romantic partner. Their solitude is not a rejection of others but a way to maintain balance and authenticity in their social lives. Number 11. Myth. Sigmas are emotionally detached in relationships. Some assume that Sigmas are emotionally detached in relationships because they don't exhibit traditional romantic gestures or outward displays of affection. However, Sigmas express love and commitment in unique and meaningful ways. Rather than buying into cliches or grandiose acts, they focus on actions that hold genuine significance for their partners. They are attentive, loyal, and supportive, offering a steady presence in their loved ones' lives. Their love language is often one of quiet consistency, being there when it matters most. Far from being emotionally detached, Sigmas offer a deep, grounded connection to those they truly care about. If you found these insights helpful, feel free to leave a comment. If you're unsure about what to say, simply write "done" to let us know you watched until the end. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, we invite you to subscribe now and become part of our channel. Thank you for your attention. Until next time.